Hello everyone. Today we will see the errors of electrodynamic instruments as well as the advantages and disadvantages of electrodynamic instruments. In last video we have seen the working principle, constructional details, working dynamometer ammeter and dynamometer voltmeter. So we have seen these points in last video. Now we will see errors in dynamometer instruments. There are different errors, and then we will see what are the advantages and disadvantages of dynamometer instruments. So first we will see different errors in the dynamometer instruments. Low torque weight ratio, strong external magnetic fields, eddy currents, changes in temperature and operating frequency are all the factors that causes errors in dynamometer instruments. So we will discuss each of these factors in detail. So first, low torque weight ratio. The operating magnetic field generated by the air core coils is very small. As a consequence, very few flux linkages per ampere are produced in the moving coil, which in turn yields a low deflecting torque. In order to increase this deflecting torque, the magnetomotive force, that is MMF, of the coil must be increased by increasing the number of turns or by passing a large amount of current through the coil. However, the current increased beyond 200 milliampere would result in heating up of the springs. Also, more the number of turns, more will be the weight of the moving assembly of the instrument, yielding a low torque weight ratio. The low torque weight ratio signifies heavy weight of the moving system, due to which the instrument incurs frictional losses. As compared to other types of instruments, frictional errors in dynamometer instruments are much higher on account of low torque weight ratio. Next point is strong external magnetic fields. We know that dynamometer instruments possess a weak magnetic field. Hence, such instruments must be protected from strong external fields, which may influence the instrument and induce errors in them. For this, the metal shields are used in portable instruments which effectively isolate the coils from these external fields. However, in precision type instruments, metal shielding is not provided as eddy currents get induced in the metal shields that may result in the errors in instrument. To protect such instruments against strong external magnetic fields, an astatic system is used. A static system is basically a dynamometer in which two identical pairs of fixed and moving coils are connected on a single shaft. The arrangement of the two fixed coils is such that the polarity of their magnetic fields is opposite, thereby producing opposite currents through them. This makes the applied deflection torque to act in the same direction for both the coils. A uniform external field would reduce the field of one of the coils, thereby increasing its deflecting torque and increasing the field of another coil by the same amount, as both the fields are in opposition. This in turn reduces the deflecting torque of that coil. This implies that the net amount of deflecting torque in the two coils becomes zero due to the external magnetic field. Next point is eddy currents. When there is a coupling between the moving coil and its adjacent metal parts, a deflecting torque gets produced by the eddy currents, thereby producing frequency errors in the instrument. Hence, to avoid the effects of eddy currents, the metal in supports and other parts should be used as minimum as possible. Also, it must have high resistivity. Next is changes in temperature. When an operating current is fed into the coils of the instrument, the coils get heated up. Due to this heat produced, some errors occur in the coils due to self-heating. Therefore, some technique must be employed to avoid these errors. Temperature compensation is such a technique that neutralizes the effect of changes in the temperature of the instrument. It is achieved by using temperature compensating resistors. Next point is operating frequency. Self-reactance of the coils in dynamometer instruments vary in accordance with the operating frequency, causing frequency errors. Similar to the dynamometer voltmeters, frequency errors also affect the dynamometer ammeters. To reduce them, the current ratio of moving coil and the fixed coil in the ammeters must be made frequency independent. So these are the some errors in dynamometer instruments. Next point is advantages and disadvantages of dynamometer instruments. The dynamometer instrument have many advantages. Some of the advantages we will see the dynamometer instruments may be used for both DC and AC applications as they have precision grade accuracy of about 0.5% of full scale deflection. These instruments can be used as voltmeters, ammeters, and wattmeters. The dynamometer instruments can be used as a transfer instrument, that is, they can be calibrated on DC and then operated on AC. First calibrated on DC, then operated on AC. These instruments do not have hysteresis and eddy current errors since they are air cooled. The frequency range for lower grade instruments is 15 Hz to 1 kHz. The precision grade accuracies can be obtained in the range of 40 to 500 Hz, and the instruments incorporating a static movement can be operated for the frequencies up to 10 kHz. Dynamometer voltmeters are used invariably for the applications which require accurate RMS voltages irrespective of the waveforms. So these are the advantages. Now we will see the disadvantages of dynamometer instrument. The dynamometer instrument have several disadvantages. We will see here some of the disadvantages. The dynamometer instruments have non-uniform scale. The low torque weight ratio of the instrument yields more frictional errors, which in turn lessen the accuracy. The instrument require larger operating current, which causes the sensitivity of the instrument to decrease as they have weak magnetic field. The power consumption of such instrument is higher than that of the PMMC instruments but lower than moving iron type instrument. These instruments are more expensive than PMMC instruments as well as moving iron type instrument, that is MI type instrument. The dynamometer instruments have limited range of AC frequencies. These instruments need to be handled with great care as they are sensitive to mechanical impacts and overloads. So these are the some advantages and disadvantages of dynamometer instruments. So in previous as well as this video we have covered the electrodynamic meters or instruments or it is also called as a dynamometer instruments. So about these instruments we have covered working principle, constructional details, then dynamometer ammeter, dynamometer voltmeter, and in this video we have covered the different types of errors or different errors in dynamometer instruments and advantages as well as disadvantages of the dynamometer instruments. So thank you for watching this video.